after insert trigger. After the records are inserted successfully, I want the trigger to be removed. When do you call after update trigger, after insert trigger? After the record is saved successfully. Now, tell me one scenario where I will really implement after insert. Let us see. Whenever an account is created, I want to create an opportunity automatically. When a new account is created, I want opportunity to be created at the backend automatically. So how can I create an opportunity for an account? Unless there is an account, I cannot create an opportunity. Now what was that? When I want to create any child record for you, when I want to create any child record for a parent, first the parent should be inserted. Then only I can go for creation of child. Am I right or wrong? Unless parent records are created, I will not be able to create a child for it. When I want to create a child record, first the parent should be inserted, then only I can create a child record. So after the parent is inserted, create a child for it. Are you getting my point? This I cannot achieve with before insert, because unless the parent is saved, I cannot create a child for it. I want you to create a contact for an account. So unless the account is created, I will not be able to create a contact for it. So I want to create an opportunity for it. Unless the account is created, I cannot create an opportunity. When you want to create a child for a particular parent, first the parent record should be inserted successfully. So that is the reason I am going for after insert trigger. So let me give you. Let us go to the trigger. What type of trigger is this? After insert. If it is after insert, trigger dot. This will contain list of new records. Which are saved to objects. Similarly, we have trigger dot map. What is this trigger dot map? Map of ID, comma. This will contain list of new records, the form of where record ID is record is trigger dot new map. This will contain list of new records in the form of map, where record ID is the key and the record is the value. Trigger dot new map. Trigger dot new is list of new records in the form of list of new records which are saved. Trigger dot new map, same list of records but stored in the form of map, where record ID is the key, record is the value. These are the two trigger context variables which I have in after insert. In the before insert, what is the trigger context variable we had? In the before insert, what is the trigger context variable? Trigger dot. What is the trigger dot new in before insert? Trigger dot new in the before insert. The list of records which we are trying to insert, they are in trigger dot. In after insert, the list of records which are saved, they are in trigger dot. Trigger dot new. List of records which are already saved. List of records which are already saved, they are in trigger dot. List of records which are already saved, they are in trigger dot. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now what is our requirement? Take one by one new record which we inserted. Then I'm going to create for opportunity. I'm going to take for account. What I'm doing, creating a opportunity. OP equal new opportunity. OP dot name equal to account name. Opportunity dot stage name equal to close date equal to opportunity dot account ID. So opportunity name, stage name, close date. Optilist dot add. Insert. So what was this? I am going to take every account record. For every account record, what I am doing? Creating an opportunity. Where opportunity name equal to account name, stage name equal to prospecting, close date equal to 15 days from today, and account ID equal to, account ID is what? Why are you giving account ID? Opportunity dot account ID. Opportunities parent account equal to a dot ID. There is a lookup field. Opportunities parent ID equal to a dot ID. Then add the opportunity to list. Insert list. Why I am not writing a DML in the loop? There is a limit of 150 for DMLs. If I write in the loop, suppose if you are inserting 200 accounts, how many opportunities will be created? 200 opportunities. How many times you are calling? 200 times DML we are calling. That is the reason never write DML or SQL within a loops. Never write SQLs and DMLs within a loop because there is a possibility of hitting governing events. So what did I do? I added the record into list, then I performed insert opti list. I hope you are good with this. I hope you are good with this one. So this is how we created. Then what was the condition here? Go to opportunities.
Satish, I have a query.
So let me finish first. I have said. Now, when a new account is created, what was the format here? Opportunity is created. Testing opportunity, prospect 15 days from now. This is how we have created opportunity. So when a new account is created, automatically what is happening? Opportunity is creating. Now if I want to create this opportunity as a child, first this account should be there. I told for this opportunity you are the parent. So unless the parent is there in the database, I cannot create a child. I hope you are good. That is the reason why I have taken after insert trigger. That is the reason why I have taken after insert trigger. Yeah, go ahead. What is your query?
No, just I was wondering, like in the field of name, account dot name plus why did you append that OPT?
I just want
Like
to give my
that is the way we want to give the
I
name.
just want to give the name in this format. I have taken this.
Okay, thank you.
This is a name. I just prefer to take it in the form of opti. So just to tell you that I created an opportunity there. Okay. It has no logic basically. I just appended it. Okay. I hope you are good with this one. Everyone is good with this? Clear? Okay. Now let us go to everyone is good with this example. Amma? Okay. Let us take the next one. Now I want to create account team member. If you understand well, on account object there is no queue concept. You cannot create a queue on account. You cannot create a queue on opportunity. If a group of people want to collaborate and work on a record, let us say now I got an opportunity from Wipro. They're asking 3 Java resource, 4 Salesforce resource, and 2 Hadoop resource. Now I spoke to the Wipro. I am handling this opportunity. Satish is the person who is handling the opportunity given by the Wipro. In the opportunity, they are asking. There is an opportunity of 15 lakhs where they are asking 3 Salesforce developers. Okay, let us say 4 Lightning developers and 3 Hadoop developers. Now I alone cannot handle this. So I added one team member who is expert in Java. I added one more team member who is expert in Lightning. I added one expert in Hadoop. So what we are doing, these 3 members, we are collaborating with each other and we are closing this deal of opportunity. Now this opportunity says they require 3 Java developers, 3 Lightning developers, 3 Hadoop developers. Okay, now I can handle only Lightning, I cannot handle a Hadoop. Now what I'm doing, I am forming a team. Boss, you take care about Java openings, you take care about Lightning openings, you take care about Hadoop openings. We 3 together collaborate and close this opportunity. Now what we want to do, as a team we want to coordinate, and complete this opportunity. Are you getting my point? Now who is the owner of the opportunity? I am the owner of the opportunity. Now who are you members? You are the team members. You are the team members who are collaborating with me. Now as a team member, what is the benefit for you? This amount what we are closing will be added against your target. Now total opportunity of 50 lakhs, Java 4 lakhs, Salesforce, okay, let us say 8 lakhs, and Hadoop, let us say 3 lakhs. Now Java guy who is working on the Java, the 3 lakhs will be added to his target. Lightning guy, 8 lakhs will be added to his target. Okay, Hadoop will be getting 4 lakhs target. Are you getting my point? I'm an executive. When I close, this is added against my target. Basically, at the end of the game, what I want to convey is a group of people who are collaborating with each other and trying to work on this opportunity. Or a group of people trying to coordinate with each other and trying to work on account. Then they are called account teams, opportunity teams. And this is available on what? Account object and opportunity. You don't have a concept of queue. Now you may ask me, now already boss, if you want to make a group of people as a owner, you can try with the queue concept. But on account, only one person will be owner. On opportunity also, only one person. On account, only one person can be owner. On opportunity also, only one person can be owner. I cannot make a group of people as a owner. But if I want a group of people to collaborate and work, I will go for a concept called account team members or opportunity team members. Okay. First, how do you enable this account team members? Setup, build, customize, accounts. What is the option we have? So under the account, we are having account teams. Enable account teams. Enable account teams, add the account teams to page layout so that you can see the account teams on the page layout. You can see the roles which we have. If you want to modify them according to your requirement, you can modify it. Now I'm just going with the default values. So on every account, what we had here, account, I can add a particular person as an account team member. Now here, a quick question. If I want to create any account team, first the account should be there, right? Unless there is an account, can you create an account team? Unless there is any account, can you create an account team? You cannot create an account team when there is an account. Unless there is an account. So where should I go with the before or after? Should I go with the before trigger or after trigger? I have to go with the before trigger or after trigger. Why after trigger? If I want to create an opportunity member, why after trigger? Unless the account is available in the database, I cannot go for creating a team member. If I want to create an account team member, first there should be an account. Only after inserting the account, I can go for account team member. Are you getting my point here? There is a reason I will go with what? After insert trigger. Let me take an example. With ownership as what we should do? Enable account teams. How do you enable the account teams? Setup, build, customize, like this we enable. Okay, let us take the concept here. First, whom should you add? I want to add student as a account team member. Which user you want to add as a account team member? Student. So what is the student here? First, write a query. User u equal to right. Then take one by one account and create account team member. We have account take account A. You're taking one by one account. Then I'm trying to create team member. On which account we are trying to create? ATM dot account ID. On this account we are trying to create, or we can say ATM dot. Look at the point. When you are trying to create account team member, first we need to understand what fields are there on the account team member. What fields are there? First, on which record you want to create account team member? On which record you want to create account team member? So account ID equal to a.id on this account. Now whom you want to create as a team member? ATM dot user ID equal to u.id. So what was that? ID of the account on which we want to create. Second one, ID of the user whom you want to add. Team member role equal to ATM dot, what was that? Role of the team member. Now when you make a team, for every team member there will be a role assigned to him. Boss, Lodha Towers is the account. You take care about financial loan issues. I will take care about legal issues. You take care about registration. You take care about field work. So we are making a group and working on a Lodha account, and everybody has a role to do. So on which account? Then we have ATM dot access level. Now what was this? Type of access. So what we have taken? Team member, ID of the account, user, team member role, account access level. So ID of the account, ID of the user, on which account we are creating a team member, whom we are creating a team member, what is the role of the team member, what type of access we are giving. I hope you are good with this. Did the people follow? I took every account, but I have a small condition. What was that? If A dot ownership equal to, if ownership equal to private, then this should happen. Take one by one account, check whether ownership is, when a new record is inserted, check whether ownership is private. If ownership is private, then I create student as a account team member. So go back to this here. So I have created this. When you create this, at the end what happened? Account team. Student was created as a account team member. Are you getting my point? Now if I want to do this, the account should be there in the database first. Only after the account is saved successfully in the database, I will be able to create a new account team member. That is the reason I have preferred after insert. Right. Now the point is, if you are trying to modify the data which you are inserting, we will go with before. If you are making use of this data, trying to create a child records, trying to send an email, I'll prefer to go with after. The set of records which I am trying to insert, if you are trying to modify those group of records, I'll go with it before. Why? Because that is a read and write. Once those records are saved, if I want to modify, I have to write a SQL query and DML. There is a limitation on SQLs and DMLs. So the group of records which we are inserting, if you want to modify those group of records, then I go for before. If I want to make use of those records, based on which I want to create a child record or update the child records, then I'll go for after insert. People are clear with this example? Shall we try one example? Now, if I take an opportunity member, what will be the case? If I take an opportunity member, what will be the case here? If I say opportunity member, what will be the possible case? Instead of account, I have to keep opportunity member. Instead of account ID, I have to keep opportunity ID. Right? Instead of account access level, I have to give opportunity access level. Rest all will be the same. Right. So let us create a example here. What is it? When a new opportunity is created, state them as type as new customer. Then I create student as opportunity member. When a new opportunity is created with the type as new customer, then I create student as opportunity member. Create as opportunity member. Refer to this example, create. Everyone has done that. Done, boss. What you have done in this case? Exactly the same program. Instead of account team member, you made as opportunity team member, opportunity ID, opportunity access level. Rest all the program is the same, right? I hope everyone is good, right, boss? Okay. Now, I want to go with the next concept. How to share a record programmatically. We have a sharing rules. When can you share? If you are the owner of the record, you will be sharing. Or else I can go with the manual sharing rule. I can share with the criteria based sharing rule, owner based sharing rule, territory based sharing rule. By using these sharing rules, I am sharing based on role hierarchy, based on manual sharing, based on criteria based on the ownership, based on the roles, okay, and based on the territory, records will be shared. Am I right or not? What are the possible ways of sharing? First, we'll start with OWD. Then we have, okay, then we have role hierarchy. Then we have owner based, criteria based. Then we have manual sharing rule, right? Then we have view all, modify all, view all data, modify all data. Then territory based sharing rule. So there are 9 ways of sharing a record. All these are declarative. All the 9 ways which I discussed now, all of them are declarative, which doesn't require any programmatical interference. Suppose if I have a requirement like this, if I have a requirement, in my requirement, I'm going to say name. Now, whichever the manager I am selecting here, record should be shared with this guy. How will you share it? I don't want to share with a particular person, which I don't want to share with a particular role. I want to share with the person whom I selected here. Whichever the person I am selecting here, 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 whichever the person I am selecting here as a manager, whichever the person I am selecting here as a manager, record should be shared with this particular person. Now, do you always select the same person? I may select some person, you may select some other person. So it is not a static. Then how will you share a record with this guy? Whomever I am selecting as a manager, the record should be shared with that manager. Whomever I am selecting as a executive, the record should be shared with that executive. Then we need to go for dynamic sharing rules. Then we need to go for dynamic sharing rules. When you say dynamic sharing rules, we are sharing the record dynamically based on the values what you inputted. We are sharing the record dynamically based on the values what you inputted. To achieve these sharing rules, we need to know how you go for a sharing rules programmatically. Now listen to the concept carefully. Every object in the Salesforce has corresponding share object. Now if you have account object, all the sharing rules on the account are defined in account share. If I have a contact object, all the sharing rules on the contact object are shared on contact share. Opportunity, all the sharing rules on opportunity are shared with. If you have a customer, all the sharing rules are stored in customer underscore share. So every object has corresponding share object in which all the sharing rules will be saved. Every object has the corresponding share object in which the corresponding sharing rules are stored. Every object has the corresponding share object in which the corresponding sharing rules are stored. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, account has account share, contact share, load share, okay. Load underscore share, case share, lead share, payment underscore share. So if it is a custom underscore share, standard straight away share. Okay. These are the objects. Now, if you want to share a record, what are the primary points we need to know? If you want to share a record, we need to understand which record are you sharing, with whom are you sharing, why are you sharing, how are you sharing. Which record are you sharing, with whom you are sharing, then okay, why are you sharing, reason for sharing, how are you sharing. How are you means, is it a read, is it a write access, what type of access. These are the 4 fields we need to understand. Now let us take a rule here. If I am looking at a standard object, I am trying to define a sharing rules on standard object. Then what will I have? If it is an account, which record? Reason for sharing. Account. Which record you are sharing? With whom you are sharing? I can share the record with a user or a group. Group is, I can share with a role, I can share with a role and subordinate, I can share with a public group. Record can be shared with a user, role and subordinate, or a public group. So I can share the record with a user or a group ID. Reason for sharing, I will give the reason as low cost. Type of access, if it is account. If it is opportunity, tell me how it is going to be. Opportunity ID of the record which I want to share. ID of the user or a group with whom you want to share. Reason for sharing. opportunity. Case ID, user or group ID. Now, if you go with the custom objects, customer. If it is a customer, which record you want to share, I'll give it as parent ID. With whom you want to share, user or reason for sharing, row class. Type of access, if it's a loan, user or reason for sharing. So what is the difference? If it is a standard object, then object followed by ID. If it is a standard object, object followed by ID. Custom object, we are going to have parent ID. Standard object, object followed by ID. Custom object, parent ID. With whom you want to share, user or group ID. Same. Reason, row class. Type of access, standard object, object access level. Custom object, access level. Custom object, access level. I hope you are good with this. Now these are the fields. What are the fields we have in the share object? If the standard share object, object followed by ID, user or a group ID, row class, object followed by access level. If it is a custom object, parent ID, user or a group ID, row class, access level. This is how we have defined it. I hope you are good with this. People are good with this. People are good with this. Am I clear? Okay. So let us go with this one. First, if I want to share a record, OWD should be a private or a public read. If it is a public read and write, there is no need of any sharing rule, because public read and write means everybody is able to see every record. So what I am doing first, if OWD is a private or public read, then only we can perform this. Go to opportunity. Okay. Then go to profile of student. First, let me log in as student and see which record he was able to access. Then I will go for defining a sharing rules. Not updated. Still the changes are not applied. Let us wait for the change. We made the opportunity private. Still the changes are going on. Let us see. Yeah. Go back. Which record the student was able to see? No records are visible. Right? Now, because I gave OWD as private, as I gave OWD as private, he was not able to see any records. Now, what was the condition? I want to share the record. I want to share the record. I want to share the record. So, what was the condition we are giving now? Opti share example. Now, what I am doing in this case, we are going for. So, when can I share a record? After the record is saved or before the record is saved? If I want to share the record, first the record should be saved. If the record is not saved, I will not be able to. If the record is not saved, I will not be able to share it. That is the reason I am taking as what? After insert. Then I am going with. Now, my requirement is whenever a new opportunity is created, stage name as closed one, share the record with this was my requirement. Then now we are taking list of opportunity take one by one record opportunity would be equal to take one by one record, check if opportunity dot stage name equal to, if opportunity stage name is closed one, if the stage name of the opportunity is closed one, then I want to share. With whom you want to share? Now, if stage name equal to closed one, then I was supposed to create opportunity share. Opportunity share. OS dot opportunity ID equal to OS dot opportunity ID, then opportunity ID, then user or opportunity ID, user or group ID, then we have opportunity access level, then what is the next one? Then I am sharing. Now, what was this? Opportunity share, opportunity ID, user or a group ID, opportunity access level, opportunity broadcast. So, look at this. What was the condition here? Opportunity is ID of the record which you want to share. Then we have user ID, ID of the user with whom you want to share. Then we had access level, type of access you want to give. And this is a region for sharing. So what we have done, opportunity ID, user or group ID, opportunity ID, user or group ID, opportunity access level, region for sharing, and add them to list of opportunity share. Then we told insert share. Every sharing rule is defined on object or stored internally within a corresponding share object. Okay. Then what I'm doing, go back to the opportunity, try to create a new opportunity here. Now I'm creating closure one. So whenever a new opportunity is created, what was the problem here? Some trigger is running at the back end, which is modifying the stages. Now we had some trigger running at the back end. So go to the opportunity. Triggers. As this trigger is running before insert, so even though I gave closure one, the value is getting changed to prospect. Okay. Again, go back to this. Try to recreate the record. I'm trying to recreate the record. Then I have previously the modifications are not done, as there is a before insert trigger running, which is modifying the values of the stage name. So I have given the closure one. So what you are supposed to do, go to the student account, see whether record is visible to this guy or not. So student was able to see this admin test. Now OWD is what? Private. Even though OWD is private, this guy was able to see because of what? Opportunity sharing rules defined dynamically. Opportunity sharing rules defined dynamically. I hope you are good with this context. Everyone has followed? Everyone has followed this? Look at the code again. Everyone has followed? Okay. Now let us do one thing. Create a same sharing rule on. Let us do one example. I want you to create. When new customer is created with city as Hyderabad, share the record with user. When a new customer is created with the city as Hyderabad, share the record with user Wilson with edit access. Try to create this program